Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to continue on with our foldable from yesterday. So make sure you have that out and you have your supplies. I wrote on the daily schedule the supplies you need. Scissors, and you need a Post-it note today, glue stick, something to write with. So by the end of class, you're going to be able to identify the 3 different angles. There are the right angle, acute angle, obtuse angle. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we dive into it, I want you to know when we're talking about an angle, we measure it using this tool called a protractor. I want you to say protractor. If you'll notice, this tool is shaped a little different, right? Not like our typical ruler. And it has these numbers going along it. That's the measurement. The biggest angle you can really have is called a straight angle. And you're measuring from this side all the way to the other side. And it's 180 degrees, right? That's the biggest we're going to talk about today is the straight angle. And then there's also the right angle, which is 90 degrees. We have an acute angle that's less than 90, and obtuse is bigger or greater than 90. So first, what I'd like you to do is I need you to, on your little piece of paper, cut out the term right angle, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue it right under angle from yesterday. So we're going to glue right angle here, and then the definition, which goes under it, is an angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. So go ahead and do that for me. All right, friends. So what you did was you glued right angle on your paper, and then underneath you put our definition, which is an angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. And then hopefully you showed more than one way that you can see a right angle. I want you to notice that in the right angle, let me show you real quick. There's typically this little box. It's not your arc. Remember yesterday we saw an arc or a half of a circle. You'll notice that it's a half of a square. And that's telling us it's exactly 90 degrees. Notice that I have different ways to show it, okay? This point right here is the vertex where those 2 rays meet, and we're measuring the distance in between. Now that we have our right angle, exactly 90 degrees, let's go ahead with my favorite angle, which is acute. An acute angle is smaller or less than 90 degrees. So you'll notice these cute little angles. What I'd like you to do is pause your video, cut out acute, glue it on the outside, put the definition underneath, and then draw a few examples for me. All right, friends, now that you've glued acute angle down, I just want to show you real quick a way to check and see, like an easy way to check and see if it's acute. Acute is less than 90. So what I like to do is I like to take like a Post-it note, which you should have one on your desk. We'll pretend this is my Post-it note. And on a Post-it note or a piece of paper, there are 4 right angles. 4 90-degree angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So what I would do is I'd go to that vertex, which is the point where there's those 2 rays meet. So I'm going to go to my vertex here, right here, and I'm going to put the edge of my Post-it note on the vertex, and I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to say that right here is 90 degrees. This would be a 90-degree angle, okay? So maybe we'll do like a dotted line along it. And this is showing me that this is where a right angle 90 degrees would be. Now I'm going to move my Post-it note away, and I can see, wow, this angle or this arc right here is extremely small. It's way smaller than that 90 degrees. So I know because it's less than 90 that this is an acute angle. I didn't use my protractor. I didn't measure it. I just used a resource to easily look and see, is it bigger than 90 or is it smaller? So it's smaller, it's acute. We'll continue to practice that today. So now that you have acute done, what I'd like you to do is you're going to cut out our last one for today, which is obtuse. When I say obtuse, you say greater than 90. Obtuse. Right, it's greater than 90. You'll see here on this vertex, if we did like we did here, when I put my Post-it notes, you'll notice, let me make a Post-it note real quick. You'll notice, if I can move it, this would be 90 degrees right here. And it's more, it's going over it. So I know it's greater than 90. So this is an obtuse angle. Okay, the measurement is greater than 90. Okay, go ahead, pause your video. Put your last precise word on your foldable so you have a study item for yourself. And then check back with me in a second for your next instruction. All right, friends, now that you have your obtuse done and you showed it a few different ways, we don't have to write this one in or put it on our foldable, but I just wanted to make sure you knew that a straight angle is exactly 180 degrees. Doesn't matter which way we see it. We could see it diagonally, or we could see it horizontally. We could even see it vertically. It's 180 degrees. So just remember, straight angle, also known as a straight line, right? 180 degrees. Awesome. All right, so now using your Post-it note, I just want to show you how I can easily see, do I think this is acute, right, or obtuse, or a straight angle? Immediately in my head, I know this is not a straight angle because the arc does not make a straight line, right? The 2 points in between, definitely not 180 degrees. So what I'm going to do is using my Post-it note, right? We know there's 4 right angles here. I'm going to take my Post-it note and put it at that vertex. Can you just agree that this is my vertex right here where those 2 lines meet? That's my vertex. Now I'm going to draw, this would be 90 degrees. This would be right along the edge there and going this way. This would make a right angle, a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to move my Post-it note. I can immediately look and see, okay, is this line lined up with my 90-degree angle? No way. So is it smaller or is it greater? That's what we need to identify. And I can tell that it's smaller. It's not a very big angle. It's less than 90. Therefore, I know that this is an acute angle, less than 90 degrees, because it's smaller than 90 degrees. I didn't use a protractor, my friends. I just used a piece of paper. Let's try another one. If you want to, on your whiteboard, I want you to just simply draw an angle. Draw any angle. We're all going to have different answers. Let me show you my angle. I'm going to draw 2 lines. Here's my angle. Now using my Post-it note, I don't have a Post-it note, so I'm going to use just a piece of paper. I'm going to line it up and I'm going to draw where the 90-degree angle would be. Where would the vertex, I make my 90-degree angle. Notice that I do my 90-degree angle with like a dotted line so it shows. Less than, I guess I should show you me. Less than would be over here. Greater than is more. It's going after it, right? So I know this is greater than 90. Greater than 90. I need to look back at my foldable. I don't remember which angle is called greater than 90. Greater than 90 degrees. Oh, it's an obtuse angle. It's greater than 90, but less than 180. So I know that this was an obtuse angle. I want you to take a few minutes, draw a few angles. Don't make them too small because we want to use our Post-it. And try to identify, is it greater than, less than, or equal to 90 degrees? Okay, good luck. This one's going to be a little hard to do just because we don't have the paper right in front of us. So what I'd like you to do is go to Schoology and open up the slides, and we will use our Post-it notes and just put them on top of our screen to identify. Obviously, we can't write on it, but we can hopefully identify if the angle is greater than, less than, or equal to a right angle. And then we can say which one is with which. So go to the Google Slides. This is slide 26 in Schoology with your Post-it note and just put it right on the screen. Line it up and identify if it's greater than, less than, or equal to. All right, thanks for trying that out. Hopefully you had fun trying to identify. Now what I'd like you to do is just to construct. When I say construct, you say build. Construct, construct. Can you show me what would be an acute angle? So you don't have a protractor to measure one out, so you got to find one that's smaller than 90 degrees. Then you've got to show me obtuse, one that's greater than 90 degrees, a straight angle, exactly 180, and a right angle. If you're in the class, you're just going to hold it up on your whiteboard for your homeroom teacher. If you're at home, you're going to take a picture of your work and just email it to me. Okay? All right, friends, thanks for working hard today. I hope you like angles.